Next, we are going to study about the preparation methods. That means the methods that we can use only for the preparation of aldehydes and the methods that we can use only for the preparation of ketones. So, first we will see the methods by which we can prepare only aldehydes. In order to prepare aldehydes, we have both oxidation as well as reduction methods. So, first we will see what are the reduction methods for the preparation of aldehydes. First one is, it is a named reaction, so please note the first reduction method for the preparation of an aldehyde is Rosenmund reduction. So, as I told you, whenever we study the organic reactions, first we have to study the reagent. So, the reagent that we use for Rosenmund reduction is palladium on barium sulfate. So, when you see palladium on barium sulfate above the arrow, the reaction taking place will be Rosenmund reduction. Now, what is the reaction taking place here? It is the conversion of COCl to CHO. What do you mean by conversion of COCl to CHO? COCl is known as what? Acyl chloride or acid chlorides. So, this is the first thing that you have to study regarding Rosenmund reduction. The reagent is palladium on barium sulfate and it is the conversion of acid chlorides or acyl chlorides, that is COCl to CHO. We will see one example. Benzene ring containing COCl, the name of the compound is benzoyl chloride. So, if a question comes, benzoyl chloride, above the arrow it is written as palladium on barium sulfate, and we know that if the reagent above the arrow is palladium on barium sulfate, the reaction taking place will be the reduction. And it is the conversion of, there will be conversion of COCl to CHO. So, in order to represent reduction, how we are representing reduction? Hydrogen written inside the square bracket. So, here what is the reaction taking place? After identifying the reaction, we know that there is conversion of COCl to CHO. So, just circle COCl and replace COCl by CHO. Another example for Rosenmund reduction is, take CH3COCl. Don't try to by heart the reactant side. Study only how to write the product. Okay. On treatment with palladium on barium sulfate. If this is a question coming, when we see palladium on barium sulfate, we know that the reaction taking place is Rosenmund reduction. So, it is a reduction method. So, hydrogen inside the square bracket, and here there is conversion of COCl to CHO. So, simply circle COCl. We know that replace COCl by CHO. The rest of the things simply copy. Okay. So, we will be getting CH3CHO. Now, so how we can define Rosenmund reduction or Rosenmund reaction? Very simple. Acid chlorides or acyl chlorides on reaction with palladium on barium sulfate gives aldehyde. Now, we know that the reduction is also known as hydrogenation. So, this is the hydrogenation of acid chlorides or acyl chlorides to aldehydes. Okay. Now, The second method for the preparation of an aldehyde is, that is a second named reaction, another reduction method for the preparation of aldehyde, that is Stephen reaction. Another named reaction. So first we have to study the reagent. So here the reagent is Stephen. From the two terms you can connect Stephen, stannous. So stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid. So the reagent for Stephen reaction is Stephen, stannous. So stannous chloride and HCl. And here there is conversion of CN to CHO. What is CN group known as? They are cyanides, or we can call it as, yes, nitriles. Either we can call them as cyanides or nitriles. So this is the first thing that we have to study here. The reagent that we use for Stephen reaction is stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid, and there is conversion of cyanides or nitriles to aldehyde. To identify the reaction or to study the reaction, let us take, can you tell me the name of this compound? Functional group is CN. So to name this compound we have to include the functional group carbon atoms also. So here we have two carbon atoms. So it is ethane nitrile. On reaction with, suppose if the reagent above the arrow is stannous chloride and HCl. We know that what is the reaction taking place? CN will be converted to, circle CN, and it will be converted to CHO. So the product will be CH3CHO. Now, before we get aldehyde, here there is an intermediate. So before we get an aldehyde, or before we convert CN to CHO, there is an intermediate product. So how we can write the reaction is, to write the intermediate we have to expand CN. How we can expand CN or cyano group? It is C triple bond N. On reaction with stannous chloride and HCl, we know that the reaction taking place is reduction, that is the addition of hydrogen. And I am going to add, where is the addition of hydrogen taking place here? Hydrogen is H2, and I am going to add, always remember that we are studying in 11th standard, additions are always taking place across a double bond or across a triple bond. So one hydrogen will be given here and one hydrogen will be given here. So what we are getting here is CH3, C will become CH. After one addition, triple will become, it won't directly become single bond, it will become double first. So we get CH double bond, N will become NH. And this intermediate or addition product is known as imines. So in Stephen reaction, when we convert cyanides or nitriles to aldehyde, first we are getting the intermediate compounds called imines. And which on hydrolysis? For hydrolysis, usually we are using acidified water, that we can be written as H2O bar H plus, or the same H2O bar H plus can also be written as, or H3O plus. Because H2O plus H2O we are getting H3O plus. Both are correct, but no need to write both above the arrow. So first we are getting imines, which on hydrolysis. Hydrolysis we know we are splitting by using water. So here there will be splitting, and no need to think about what is the byproduct we are getting here and all. Here no need of, no importance for the byproduct. So splitting will be taking place here, and finally we will be getting CH3CHO. So finally or ultimately what is the change happening here? CN is getting converted to CHO. So how we can define Stephen reaction? When cyanides or nitriles on reaction with stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid, they will be hydrogenated to get imines, followed by hydrolysis gives aldehydes. So don't forget about the hydrolysis. First we are getting imines, which on hydrolysis only we are getting aldehydes. Now there is one more reagent that we can use for the conversion of cyanides or nitriles to aldehyde. Or there is one more reagent that we can use for the conversion of CN to CHO. And the reagent is dibal-H. See the way of writing dibal-H, dibal-H. Dibal-H means it is diisobutyl aluminium hydride. So either we can write, so there is no need to write diisobutyl aluminium hydride itself. This is the short form we are using. There is one more short form to represent dibal-H, because we know that it is diisobutyl aluminium hydride. So isobutyl we can write it as small I Bu, isobutyl. Diisobutyl means how many times we should write? 2 times. Now diisobutyl aluminium hydride. So this is the another way of writing dibal-H. So this is another reagent which we can use for the conversion of CN to CHO. If we use only dibal-H, we won't directly get aldehyde. Definitely, like Stephen reaction, we have to do hydrolysis also. So treat with dibal-H followed by hydrolysis, we get aldehyde. For example, we can take the same ethane nitrile, that is CH3CN. How we can write this reaction as, if we are doing 2 steps, or if we are doing the reaction, first we are treating with one reagent, followed by if we are treating another reagent, how we are writing in organic chemistry? We used to represent as reagent 1 and reagent 2 above and below the arrow, isn't it? So CH3CN or ethane nitrile, first on treatment with dibal-H, followed by hydrolysis. How we can write hydrolysis? H3O plus or H2O bar H plus. Finally what happens? CN will be converted to CHO. So we get CH3CHO. So here also remember there will be formation of intermediate called imines. So there are 2 methods for the conversion of cyanides or CN to CHO. First one is Stephen reaction, but the reagent is stannous chloride and concentrated HCl, and using dibal-H. Now there is one advantage for this dibal-H. If we use dibal-H as the reagent, suppose if the reactant molecule has any double bond or any other functional group present, for example CH3CH double bond CHCN, if this compound, if I am treating with, first I am treating with dibal-H followed by hydrolysis. We know if we see this reagent above the arrow, what is the basic reaction taking place? Simply we can replace CN by CHO. But when we get such a question for the board exam, you will be having a doubt, will there be any effect on this double bond? Because we know that all these are reduction methods. So hydrogenation or addition of hydrogen is taking place everywhere. But remember, if there is any other functional group other than cyano group, that will remain unaffected. So we need to change only CN by CHO. So how will be the product? CH3, CH, there is no change in double bond, CN replaced by CHO. The remaining part you can simply copy from the question. So these are the reduction methods for the preparation of aldehydes. There is one more advantage. Don't forget, there is one more advantage if we use Dibal-H as the reagent. That means now we studied CN group can be converted to CHO. Similarly, ester group can also be converted to CHO. That is, after that we will study oxidation. So CH3, CH2, if we have COO, C2H5. It is an ester group. So if we are treating an ester with Dibal-H followed by hydrolysis, here also we will be getting aldehyde. What happens here is the ester group, we can replace ester group also by using aldehyde. So here we will be getting, so here what we need to do is replace only the ester group with CHO. So we will get CH3, CH2, CHO. Okay, so remember 2 points. Dibal-H can be used to replace or convert esters to aldehyde, cyanides to aldehyde, and during this reduction method, if there is any other functional group present, or especially if there is any double bond or triple bond present, will remain unaffected. Next we can study the oxidation method for the preparation of aldehydes. In this oxidation method, first we are going to study the oxidation of methyl benzene. What is methyl benzene? Benzene ring containing methyl group. What is this benzene ring containing methyl group? Commonly known as toluene. So what we are going to study first is the oxidation of toluene. By oxidizing toluene or methyl benzene, how we can prepare aldehydes. So already we studied 2 named reactions. Now the third named reaction coming in this section, that is Ettard reaction. So whenever we study the named reaction, first we have to study what? The reagent. Here the reagent is chromyl chloride. Formula, study chromyl chloride you are studying for the first time. So first study the formula. Chromyl chloride formula is CrO2Cl2. And here what is the conversion taking place? That is conversion of methyl group or CH3 to CHO. Very easy to write the reaction. So first we have to study these 2 points. What is the reagent used and what is the conversion taking place here. For example, how we are oxidizing a methyl group using chromyl chloride. Equation is very important. Take toluene. We are treating with CrO2Cl2, and when chromyl chloride is reacting, not the chromium part, oxygen will be attached to the reactant part. So this we can write it as OCrOCl2. O2 we are writing it as OCrOCl2. And just look at the formula of toluene here. If we want to convert CH3, if we want to convert CH3 to CHO, what is the basic change happening here? We have to replace 2 hydrogen from methyl group by 1 oxygen atom. So we have to replace 2 hydrogen atoms now. So here what happens is that chromyl chloride will be added to this methyl group by replacing 2 hydrogen atoms. So how it is replacing? Listen. We have to replace 2 hydrogen atoms now. If we are replacing 2 hydrogen atoms from here, CH3 will become CH and chromyl chloride will be introduced to this CH3 group. So we are replacing 2 hydrogen atoms. So we have to use 2 chromyl chlorides, or we have to add 2 chromyl chlorides. How the addition is? It becomes OCRO. It became OCROCl2, isn't it? So between oxygen and chlorine, we will be inserting 1 hydrogen. There is no other difference here. Here we have written CrO2Cl2 as OCROCl2. And after removing hydrogen from here, how the chromyl chloride is removing hydrogen from this carbon? By inserting between oxygen and chlorine. How many times we have to take? 2 times. Okay. And this is known as a chromium complex. And almost in all the preparation methods of aldehydes and ketones, the second method will be, so the second step will be hydrolysis. Which on hydrolysis gives, here they will be splitting and we will be getting CHO. So compare the reactant and the product. What is the basic reaction happening here? CH3 has changed to CHO. So how we can define Ettard reaction? When methyl benzene or toluene reacts with chromyl chloride, gives a chromium complex, which on hydrolysis gives benzaldehyde. Very important named reaction. Now the second reaction by which we can oxidize methyl benzene to benzaldehyde is by using chromic oxide or CrO3. So oxidation of methyl benzene to toluene by using CrO3. It's not a named reaction. So here we are using CrO3 in presence of acetic anhydride. We know the formula of acetic anhydride. What is the formula of acetic anhydride? CH3CO. Again we are repeating COCH3. How we can write this as a condensed formula? COCH3 group is repeating 2 times. So we can write it as CH3CO twice O. So how we are oxidizing methyl benzene to benzaldehyde? By treating with chromic oxide in presence of acetic anhydride. The equation can be written as methyl benzene or toluene. So here also if we want to convert CH3 to CHO, we have to replace 2 hydrogen from this by 1 oxygen. So I am treating with CrO3 and acetic anhydride, CH3CO. I am expanding and writing OCOCH3. So first what happens is that from here 2 hydrogen will be replaced by this group. What is this group known as? CH3COO group is known as acetate group, isn't it? So the first intermediate what we are getting is after replacing 2 hydrogen, here remaining CH, O, CO, CH3 twice. Why OCO? What is OCOCH3? It is same as CH3. Read from right hand side. CH3COO. What is CH3COO minus ions known as acetate ions? So CH3COO group will be called as acetate group. Okay. So here we are replacing 2 hydrogen atoms by this group. So 2 times. Which on hydrolysis the reagent is H3O plus. Here they will be splitting and finally we will be getting, and this intermediate is known as benzylidene diacetate. So what is the basic reaction taking place here? Methylbenzene or toluene on reaction with chromic oxide in presence of acetic anhydride. First, we have to study this formula of acetic anhydride. What happens? 2 hydrogen atoms from methyl group will be replaced by 2 acetate groups. And the compound name is benzylidene diacetate. Followed by hydrolysis, we get benzaldehyde. This is another oxidation method for methylbenzene to benzaldehyde. Now, the next method is by side chain chlorination. Methylbenzene or toluene, if it is treated with chlorine in presence of sunlight. As we studied in organic chemistry, reagents are always very important. Chlorine. Chlorine, if we are taking in presence of sunlight or heat or light. Chlorine in presence of heat or light, what is the reaction taking place? Hydrogen from the side chain will be replaced by chlorine. But instead of this, if I am taking chlorine in presence of a Lewis acid like ferric chloride or aluminum chloride, electrophilic substitution reaction will be taking place. That means chlorine will be attached or introduced to the ring. So here no reaction in the ring. Here the reagent is chlorine in presence of sunlight or heat or light. Hydrogen from the side chain will be replaced by chlorine. Now here also our intention is to convert CH3 to CH2. So we have to replace 2 hydrogen by 1 oxygen. We have to replace 2 hydrogen now. So here also we have to replace, if we are using chlorine as the reagent, we have to replace, first what will happen? 2 hydrogen atoms will be replaced by 2 chlorine. This is the first intermediate we are getting, and this is called benzyl chloride. And as usual, definitely which on hydrolysis, heat or light is necessary here, we get CHO, that is benzaldehyde. Hope the reaction is clear. Methylbenzene or toluene on chlorination, if you want to replace hydrogen or if you want to replace hydrogen by chlorine from the side chain, the chlorine in presence of what we should take? Sunlight or light or heat. We get benzyl chloride. Why we are replacing 2 hydrogen clear? Because we have to replace 2 hydrogen by 1 oxygen. So which on hydrolysis we are getting benzaldehyde. Now the last method for the conversion of or for the preparation of aldehydes only, that is the next named reaction, that is Gutermann-Koch reaction. So here also we have to study the reagent first. Here the reagent is carbon monoxide in presence of carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride. If it is said that hydrogen chloride, it will be in gaseous form. If it is in liquid form, what will be called as hydrochloric acid. So carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 or cuprous chloride. Once again, what is the reagent for Gutermann-Koch reaction? Carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 or cuprous chloride, and here there is no conversion. Then what is the reaction taking place here? Here we are introducing, here is the introduction of CHO group to the ring. Which ring? Benzene ring. So The equation can be written as, so here we need to take only benzene. We are introducing aldehyde group as such to the benzene ring, no conversion. So on treatment with carbon monoxide, hydrogen chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, what happens here is very simple. There is no other intermediate. CHO group will be introduced to the benzene ring and we get benzaldehyde. So here one thing you have to remember, in all other reactions, CH3 we are converting to CHO. So carbon is there is conversion only. Here we are introducing aldehyde group. So what happens here is we need to take a reagent which contains carbon. So that is why here we have taken carbon monoxide as a reagent. So that is actually introduced as CHO group. In all other named reaction or in all other previous reactions there is conversion. But here there is no conversion. It is the introduction of aldehyde group to the benzene ring. So these are the methods for the preparation of aldehydes only. Now we will see what are the methods for the preparation of ketones. First one, from acid chlorides. How we can convert or how we can prepare aldehyde from acid chlorides? By Rosenmund reaction, isn't it? Acid chlorides to aldehyde is Rosenmund reaction, but here we are going to prepare ketones from acid chlorides. So here acid chlorides we are treating with dialkyl cadmium. Acid chlorides can be written as, what is the formula of acid chlorides? RCOCl. On reaction with dialkyl cadmium, alkyl group is represented by capital R, cadmium formula is Cd, dialkyl cadmium means R2. Then why here is R and why here is R dash? To distinguish these two alkyl groups. What happens? Very simple. What will be eliminated from here? Cadmium chloride. So in order to eliminate cadmium chloride formula is CdCl2. So here how many? Here there is only one chlorine now. So how many acid chlorides we have to take? 2 tons. Okay, but when you write the equation you must be very careful. In this reaction there is chance to make mistake. How to write the product is RCO, then combined with this alkyl group which was attached to cadmium. So what you will get? R dash. So the acyl part from here will be attached to the alkyl part from cadmium. Now how many acyl group we have? 2. How many alkyl groups are here? 2. So how many RCOR dash, or how many molecules of ketones we can get from here? 2. Okay. For example, this is a general representation. For example, when a question comes in the complete the following section, it is not necessary that they should give balanced equation. So how we can write the product from this? The only reaction where we are using a cadmium compound is here only. So cadmium chloride will be eliminated from here. In order to eliminate cadmium chloride, how many molecules of CH3COCl is required? 2. How to write the product as? Start from here. C6H5CH2. This is the group which is present along with cadmium that we have to combine with acyl group. So when you write, be very careful. Don't start from here. COCH3. We are getting a ketone plus cadmium chloride will be eliminated. Very easy to write the product. Only thing is, when you write the product, you must be very careful. Okay. So this is the first method for the preparation of ketone. The second method. The second method for the preparation of ketone is from nitriles or cyanides. How we are preparing ketones from nitriles or cyanide is by the reaction with the very familiar Grignard reagent. What is the general formula of Grignard reagent? It is RMgX. And always remember how is the polarization of RMgX? That is the key for all the reactions. Magnesium will be always delta positive and carbon will be always delta minus, and they will be always splitting of carbon magnesium bond. There is no splitting of magnesium and X bond. Always they will be splitting of carbon magnesium bond. Now the reaction between cyanides and Grignard reagent. For example, CH3CN. How is cyanide group expansion? C triple bond N. It is reacting with C2H5MgBr. You know how to write the polarization and all. How is the polarization of CN bond? Nitrogen is more electronegative, so nitrogen is delta minus. So carbon will be delta plus, and this bond will be shifting towards nitrogen. Then here magnesium is delta plus and C2H5 carbon is delta minus, and they will be splitting of carbon magnesium bond. Now tell me, after the shifting of this bond, C triple bond N will become C double bond N, and this carbon will get complete positive and this nitrogen will become complete negative. So that you have to keep it in your mind. This carbon will become complete plus and nitrogen will become complete minus. So C2H5 will be moving towards, that is the negative part, will be moving towards positive carbon, and the positive magnesium will be moving towards nitrogen. So what is the product we are getting? Start from here. CH3, C triple bond N will become double bond N. Towards nitrogen, magnesium or MgBr will be attaching, and to carbon what will be attaching? C2H5, which on hydrolysis gives, they will be splitting here, and we get this double bond becomes C double bond O. So how we can write it as CH3 CEO C2H5. So this is the reaction by which we can convert cyanides to ketones by the reaction with Grignard reagent. In this reaction, this method can be considered as an ascending series. Means any ketone with any higher number of carbon atoms can be prepared by using Grignard reagent. If you want to increase 2 carbon, take the alkyl group with 2 carbon here. Okay. Now the last method for the preparation of ketone by Friedel-Crafts acylation. Studying from 11th standard onwards. What is Friedel-Crafts acylation? Is benzene or its derivatives, any compound containing benzene ring which on reaction with acetyl chloride There is no Friedel-Crafts reaction with the catalyst, that is anhydrous aluminum chloride. So in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, benzene or its derivatives on reaction with acetyl chloride, what we are getting? COCH3. How we are getting the COCH3? We are studying from last year onwards. From any of this position here, there is no other substituents or functional group present. So all these 6 positions are equivalent positions. So from any one position, it will be taking hydrogen, it will be eliminating HCl. So the remaining part is COCH3 that will be introduced to the ring, and the very familiar compound, that is acetophenone, which is a ketone. So these are the preparation methods for ketones. So whenever we study the named reactions or any organic reaction, study the reagent first, then study what is the conversion or the change happening. Thank you.